As Monday morning rolls around, Misaki wakes up to the sound of the office door opening. Huh? What the hell? Still asleep? Tokisaka looks down with an exasperated face. Misaki hurriedly gets up. Good morning. Yeah. At the same time, Tokisaka sits down on the sofa. What happened? A murder. It's completely separate from the Naori Kuria case. Tokisaka throws over a newspaper to him. Then why did you take the car? Misaki's words get caught in his throat. The article before him, while sparse of much detail, mentions the victim's name, Sei Mizuno. I have to make money somehow. What's up? Tokisaka asks him that, noticing Misaki's shift in demeanor. This Mizuno who died. I know her. The hell? Tokisaka bolts up from his seat. Before I got caught up in the incident last year, we were working together. Give me a fucking break. Then do you also know her boss, Keita Sasakura? Yeah, is Sasakura the suspect then? We haven't determined the killer yet, but I see now. Tokisaka sits back down and begins to think things over. In the meantime, Misaki glanced over the newspaper article. Sei Mizuno was murdered in her own apartment, and when she didn't come to work, Sasakura went over to her apartment, suspecting something was off. It was there he discovered the body. All the article states is that they're being meticulous in their search. There's no mention of any suspects. Are they keeping things under wraps, or do they still have no clue? Misaki, what kind of man is Sasakura? He's a normal guy, a little long in the tooth, but he has no talent for the arts. He even says so himself. Regardless, he loves the arts and makes it his life work. And what's his relationship with Sei Mizuno? How do I put it? I'm not too sure myself. She went overseas for training, so I never really saw them together much. Seems like I made a mistake in asking you. Tokisaka lets out a sigh. Are you gonna start investigating? If so, I'll... Tokisaka puts his hand in front of Misaki, preventing him from getting up. You have something you need to do first. What's the date today? Monday the 17th. Oh! Today is Misaki's appointment at the hospital. Your first priority is heading there first. Tell the doctor about today's case as well. Today's case? Have you noticed? An acquaintance of yours has been murdered and you're still acting all nonchalant. Huh? What do you mean? No. Misaki only grasps that now because Tokisaka is saying something about it. Even if they've only been working together for a short time, they've been talking a lot recently. But more than anything, Misaki should be feeling some sort of emotion right now. Well, it's pretty important for a detective to remain cool and collected at all times. Perhaps Tokisaka is only trying to cheer Misaki up. Even when the man who murdered your wife and mutilated her corpse is standing in front of you, I'll go to the hospital. Misaki gets up. Is it a good or a bad thing that Misaki's emotions are all but seared? It's definitely a bad thing. Misaki surmises it's been an issue of his ever since he took up the name Tomoyuki Misaki. Oh, I mean, he did that as well to avoid the consequences of what he did. So, I mean, it's not really too surprising he has some, he's been emotionally scarred by everything that's happened to him. Misaki's feet become more and more heavy as he approaches the hospital. However, he knows he has an appointment scheduled and that he has to go. Misaki walks to the reception desk, weaving his way through the patient waiting area in the front. Misaki takes out his registration ticket and heads to the psychiatric ward. There isn't many people here. Should this be a good thing, considering not many people suffer from debilitating mental conditions and require medical attention? Misaki ponders this as he takes a seat on a bench. Michiro isn't here. She usually won't show up in the outpatient ward since she is hospitalized, but she's an elusive lurker, so who knows where she is. Misaki's mind often wanders all over the place when he's alone like this. Perhaps if he doesn't come here, his mental state wouldn't deteriorate this much, or so Misaki postulates. Misaki, thank you for waiting. The nurse calls out to Misaki, who stands up. Excuse me. You can sit over there. Misaki sits down on the sofa in response to Kaede's request. Now that you had time to think, how was it? Well, nothing in particular changed. Of course, I haven't done anything yet. An impish smile appears on her face. Misaki's mental state will only continue to decay if he keeps seeing her. It's been about 2 weeks. Did you notice any changes within yourself? I think I've been putting more effort into my job. And the result? If he came out, I wouldn't have any issues then. Of course, looking for Naori's whereabouts isn't an easy proposition in the first place. Seems like you're still persisting. Kaede gives a full grin. Doctor, do you think hard work pays off if you never give up? Such conveniences are mere fantasy. Kaede scoffs and continues. It's just that you'll never get rewarded if you simply give up. Yeah, I understand. Misaki doesn't plan on folding so easily anyways. That's good to hear. Kaede nods. During my last appointment, you said it was difficult to understand my emotions and how they worked. Today, I experienced that firsthand. Did a close friend of yours die? Huh? How did you... Nothing else came to mind. She has a point. This person isn't really a close friend, but I met and talked with her the other day. There's not much you can do about that. And did you feel any sense of grief for her passing? Of course. Is that really the case? Misaki made himself believe that, but maybe he actually doesn't feel any grief at all. Misaki concludes it's simply the natural thing for people to do in this situation. I mean, some people do kind of react that way because they kind of just disconnect themselves in a way, or, you know, people have different ways of dealing with grief, so I don't think that's really unnatural. Not everybody has like that kind of emotional response like immediately. Some people, they either just bottle it up or they respond very differently. Misaki's thoughts come to a screeching halt when a pair of hands suddenly clap in front of his face. Kaede, who's leaning forward, stares right at Misaki. You're drowning in your own thoughts. It's not good to internalize them. Yes. You shouldn't be the one to psychoanalyze yourself. Huh? You're someone who has many depressive tendencies. Any sort of self-diagnosis is worthless, second only to a physician's diagnosis. Is she like trying to throw shade at physicians by saying something like that? Kaede snickers at her statement. Perhaps she was making a joke. Apologies, but what I said earlier is true. Please stop diagnosing yourself. I understand. Misaki has no choice but to comply with her demand. Alright, write in a diary. Diary? Misaki questions Kaede's sudden request. You don't need to worry, it's just a simple diary for keeping track of what happened to you. What do you mean? I wouldn't recommend something that serves no purpose. This is a form of therapy. Write down what happened to you and reflect on them. Huh. Misaki may as well give it a shot. Rest assured, you don't need to show the contents to me or anyone else. Understood. Regardless, Misaki agrees, since it won't be a problem if anyone sees it. Not like he'll write down much anyways. Is he even going to write in the diary? It's Tuesday morning and I'm on my way to the art museum. It's only been 2 days since the corpse we discovered, so the results of the autopsy haven't come back yet. We still aren't certain on the cause or time of death, so no matter how many suspects there are right now, we can't even apprehend them. Well, not like we can narrow down the list of suspects anyways. And that's why I'm investigating the circumstances in relation to the murder. Reiji! Stella walks out of the art museum. Sorry, Stella. Were you in the middle of work? No, I was on lunch break. I notice her carrying a small bento as she says that. It's already lunchtime. Want to eat? If I join you, the food will be gone in no time. I follow Stella inside the art museum. Here. We continue further inside, past the exhibits. We go through many twists and turns, even passing by Girl in the Shell, until we eventually reach the corner of the exhibition room. We go behind the draped curtains and walk further in. There's a narrow storehouse. Inside, there are several paintings as well as a few desks and stools for the exhibition room. Stella pulls out a stool and sits down. Is that painting here? Wait. Stella interrupts me and opens her bento. Damn it. Well, I guess it's fine. I look around the storehouse as I wait for Stella to finish eating. I spot a painting separate from all the other ones. A cloth, which barely has any dust, hangs over the painting. I gently lift the cloth. It's that painting. It's the painting of the angel that we found in Shinzo Mamiya's studio. It looks just like the corpse from the other day now that I'm seeing it again. The only difference would be the length of the angel's hair. The arms, however, are severed at about the same length. It's quite possible that the murderer used this painting as inspiration. I feel like that kind of narrows down the list of suspects in a way. It would have to be someone that had access to that storehouse and knew about that painting before it was revealed to the public. I mean, but at the same time, it happened at a very convenient time, I think it was right after the painting. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe, because I think it did happen right after the painting was revealed to the public too, so it's hard to say. I want to say it's someone who knew about the painting beforehand, or, it's someone who already was at least planning to carry out that kind of murder with the painting as inspiration. I'm done, Reiji. Stella approaches as she's finished eating. There are a few grains of rice by her lips. You're storing it here? Stella picks off the rice by her lips as I ask her that. No, the storage room is in the cellar. It'll be kept there for a while since it's not open to the public. It's possible they'll do further examinations in the meantime. Of course, the painting won't be open to the public. What do you know about the painting itself? The art specialist determined that the signature is without a doubt Shinzo Mamiya's. The painting also features the same brushstrokes and other features common in his other paintings. Stella goes into her detailed explanation as she looks at the painting. As for when it was painted, likely 2 years prior given the age of the paint and dust found on the canvas's wooden frame. 2 years ago, so before he was arrested. Seems like it. Stella returns to her usual curt self. It was probably around the time he realized the incident that was taking place around him, and he used that opportunity to paint this picture to display his feelings. An armless angel. Reiji? Stella stares at me, who's deep in thought. Sorry. Let's head out. I put the cloth back on the painting. We return to the bright and shining exhibition room. We walk for a bit and I stop in front of Girl in the Shell. I have no idea where she is. A new case sprouts up, one where I need to investigate many things and one that will lead me down a new path. Damn it, no matter how many deaths pile up, it's never enough. I have my helpless partner with me. Maybe we can divide and conquer. Ultimately, I have to do something. I have to make sure the number of victims don't keep piling up. Uh-oh. What's this music? It's dark. It's so dark. It's all black. I can't hear anything. Where am I? The floor is cold. It feels like rough stones. The road? Then I'm outside. It can't be this dark. I used both my hands to get up. Nothing changes. I really don't like where this is going. Is this from the perspective of a murder victim or potential murder victim? Why am I here? I can't remember. Or is this another one of, I'm sure I was playing outside and going home. So why? This is another one of Shinji's messed up stories. Right. My friend should be here. We were playing together. Oh no, is this a child too? God damn it. Don't kill the children. My friend might be nearby. I call out my friend's name. My voice is absorbed in the darkness. And this went in the direction of horror really fucking quick. I like how Karno Shoujo does that though. There's no reply. We can go from a slice of life thing to something just horrifying. Why is that not translated? Okay. What are these? Are these credits? I don't know what she's saying. Translators, do your job. Why aren't you doing your job? I can't read this. I can't do my job as the Let's Player and actually read your text if I have no text to read. Yeah, these are credits. Well, I don't know what the hell she's saying. I mean, is she... Damn it. I kind of want to know what happened now. Okay, she said something about it being scary. I know that's what kawaii means. If it's pronounced that way, at least. Because kawaii is cute. Kawaii is scary. Kawaii, she's just saying scary, scary, scary. Alright. Well, what was that about? Was that... okay. I don't know what she said. Again, there's no text. Wow, okay, well, that's it. That's it. Okay, so I take what... okay, here's what I assumed would happen. There was some little girl that got kidnapped or something bad happened to her. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to find out when the full game comes out. They'll probably go back to that, hopefully. But that's weird because everything else was translated. I mean, I will have to give props for the translators that, translated this. It's not that I don't appreciate what they did, but it is kind of annoying that, like, we had that sequence there and it was translated. Part of it was translated and then the rest of it wasn't. So I don't know what that was about, but yeah, guys. So I guess that's the prologue for Karno Shoujo, the last episode. I mean, it ended in a place where I kind of expected it to, where it's just like Reiji saying, I hope there's no more victims, and we kind of have the case officially starting. I guess I really shouldn't have split this into a separate part, but I didn't know, in my defense, I didn't know when this was going to end, so, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Hopefully we do get a release of the full game soon in English, be it via an official translation or fan translation. I mean, if it's fan translation, I think it's going to take quite a while. Official translation, I'm not sure. Like, I think it was Manga Gamer that translated the previous entries. And I mean, Karno Shoujo is on Steam now as well. So maybe because of that, we might be getting an actual translation of the game. I think they were translated. I think that technically the game has been translated twice, like the first game, because I think the other translation was by this company called Shiravu or Shiravine, or I forget what the company's name is, but there's another company that translated it and put it onto Steam. So maybe they'll be doing the translation for this game too. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, guys. But hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless, and until next time, I will see you all later.